itsmintsalad and I saw Dracula. It is directed by Todd Browning, written by Garrett Fort, and if you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. I'm on a boat to England, hence why it's so windy and so oceany, because that's just the Dracula way. This movie starts for how a little lad, Renfield, he's like, oh, I got a business meeting with a guy in the castle. And he has some locals being like, no, don't go there, don't go there. That's Dracula. And I'm like, yo, I get it. It's just really funny. And he ignores all the warning signs and instead is like, I'm gonna go over there. And then he gets greeted by Dracula and a bunch of shenanigans happen around Dracula. Like, for example, Dracula is being very nice, but he sleeps during the day and is awake at night and has like servants and such. And what's funny about servants is that Renfield eventually becomes a servant. He is obsessed with them spiders and them flies and all that fun jazz, and at this point I'm like, yo, chill. I really like the performance of Dracula by Bela Lugosi. Oh my goodness, Bela Lugosi. I watched a movie recently and reviewed it, Ed Wood, where it covers movies that Bela Lugosi was in, directed by Ed Wood. And I honestly, that's the first mention of his name to me ever that I can really recall. Like, I never really watched any Dracula before watching this, so Bela Lugosi, bam, first interaction, I guess second interaction technically, but you know, I find Bela Lugosi to be very impactful with his performance. He is definitely carrying the monster, the vampire vibe, and he's just like, mwahaha. I have a cool accent, and I like his accent. It is pretty cool, and I wish I had that accent. But as Edward tells me, I would imagine it'd be hard to get roles with that accent. Enough about that though. Dracula. Oh, what does he do? He sucks some blood. We meet a guy who has a nice little chick. I think her name is Mina. Oh boy. This end of the story is less about Renfield because he's already insane. And it's more about Mina, or at least that's how I interpreted this end, because we gotta protect Mina. She's in the dangerous grasp of being almost vampirized by Dracula. And I'm like, okay, honestly, I'm curious about how much time it takes for the transformation to occur once bitten. Like, does it take a day? Does it take a month? I'm not sure. Also, there is a lot of times where I was suspecting, maybe there were more people than one in this story were bit by Dracula during this story. Like, they're like, oh, I woke up feeling better today. And I'm like, you need to get help. And of course, there is no way to get help. We even see one example of a chick who's like, oh, I'm dying, oh no, I got bit by a vampire. And then she is able to have a little chill time in the hospital, but she ends up dying because, oh no, the blood transfusion didn't do a thing. Okay, well, wow, this Dracula guy is really, really powerful, and honestly, I just want to see more Dracula like this. Like, I don't know, I haven't seen any Dracula properties like I mentioned before, but honestly, I like this movie a lot. I do like how eventually Mina is kept away long enough from Dracula. And Dracula's like, oh, well, looks like it's time for me to have a little sleep. The ending is really fast, caught me off guard. I still haven't processed exactly what happened, but I do remember it being a big old battle scene and Dracula's coming to get you. And I remember like Dracula going down the stairs. He's like, haha, I'm gonna get you. And then like this guy be like, oh no, you're not gonna get me. And it's like, dude, you can walk down the stairs. What are you doing with your life? You're going to die. Well, anyway, this movie ends suddenly. I really like the acting. I like the value work. I like the shots. I like the blocking. I like the camera movement. I just felt like this is done well. I definitely think that there's a lot of effort put into this movie, and I really appreciate the efforts it took to do this movie because it's quite good. It's iconic for a very good reason. It sticks out in my brain. I like it a lot. I can also now notice, oh, Renfield. It's like that one Nicolas Cage movie that came out in 2022 or whatever year it was, 2023, 2022. And wow, I can't believe it. It comes from here. And Van Helsing. That I also didn't know was from here, but that makes sense because it's always featuring in vampire stories. I like this movie a lot. I'm very glad that I got to see this Dracula. Ooh-wee, more Bela Lugosi, please. Well, anyway, I give this movie a solid 6.9 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one. YouTube really likes that. If you want a fast track movie review, you can do that for $20 deals at patreon.com/ASEPresents. And if you like to help us with daily grindiness of all them daily movies, you can go to this link tree far away. You can help us for daily grind of all them daily movies. So you can go here. And until next time, mint salad saw. I'll see you later. My sack puts on some bigger bits. I gotta go fly away.